Jeff Gold, a former prosecutor, and Anahita Sedaghatfar, a trial attorney. Thank you both for being with us. So, Jeff, he is accused. Yeah, Anahita, it has been quite a spectacle, but in the midst of it all, we have had witnesses testifying. They saw him strangling these two women to death, and that he was indeed talking to the FBI in secret for 15 years, witnessing him plotting or actually committing some of these other murders. Enough evidence to convict?
I definitely think that he's going down, and I agree with the statement you made earlier, is that I think the defense understands that there's an overwhelming amount of evidence against this guy and that he's probably never going to see the light of day. And that's been reflected in the defense strategy throughout the case. I really think that the defense did spend most of their time trying to refute allegations that this guy was a pedophile or an FBI informant, a rat, or a woman killer, more than he was trying to refute the actual charges against him, and he just doesn't want to go down like that. And not to mention that these crimes are not looked upon very favorably in prison. He probably wants to live out the remaining years of his life in prison in a peaceful way, if that's even possible.
Yeah,
but I think that the defense clearly understands he's going down.
All right, and he did, by the way, say that he is not going to testify in his own defense. He said the whole trial is a sham. So we will see what happens with those closing arguments. Another crazy case going on in California right now. A female college student at the University of California at Riverside is accused of asking two different ex-boyfriends to kill two other ex-boyfriends. The woman is Barbara Wu. She's 22. A former boyfriend, Dennis Lin, says during his 4-month relationship, instead, he went to police. They charged her. The case went public, and then another ex came forward and said Barbara Wu asked him to kill another ex. Preliminary hearing today on this one. Anahita, what do you make of this case?
Well, I hate to sound cliche, but hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I mean, clearly this woman needs help. She fell in love, she got dumped, she was heartbroken, and she didn't take it well. But ultimately, the prosecution will need to prove that she solicited these murders beyond a reasonable doubt. And are they going to be able to do that? The defense claims that there's no evidence that she had the specific intent that these ex-boyfriends would actually carry out the murders.
Well,
and they're going to need to be able to prove that in order to make out their case. It could be that, she was just angry. What woman hasn't been scorned and said things about their ex-boyfriend? So really, that's a huge gap.
Yeah. Jeff, after Dennis Lin went to the police, they had him wear a wire, and they say Wu was caught on tape plotting the death of her ex, and that ex testified Friday he broke up with her. She went nuts, sent him threats, posted his information on a Craigslist sex ad, confronted him with a knife. Do you think they have enough evidence?
Well, they do. I mean, they do have enough evidence. I'm more worried than Anahita about this thing. I sat in a trial for 3.5 and went right to the police. That says to me that he knows she's a little nutty.
All right, we're going to have to see what happens with this case. Jeff Gold, Anahita Sedaghatfar, thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jenna Lee rolls